What's up, Michigan State fans? It's Jacob Kotzenik here, back for another episode of the Michigan State Spartans Insider Podcast. It's the podcast for Friday, December 19th, 2025. Talk some more hoops today. More specifically, kind of do a quick little breakdown here of the upcoming game between the ninth-ranked Michigan State Spartans and the annual game, really, against the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. Again, the friendship between Tom Izzo and Oakland head coach Greg Kampe is well documented. This is the 23rd straight year I think these two teams have played. I believe you can pencil them into the non-conference schedule every single year. Think they're under contract to play the next 1 or 2 seasons as well in the non-conference schedule. So this kind of friendship, frenemies thing between Izzo and Kampe might be going on a little bit longer. I think Kampe's the only coach at a in college basketball at any level who has been at their current program as the head coach longer than Izzo. I think he's on year 42 or 43 or something. He's been there. He was there when they were below Division One, when they were Division Two program. So again, you got to respect Greg. Who doesn't respect Greg Kampe in that way? Again, staying at that place for so long, that program is his. He's built that place up. You saw them go beat Kentucky a couple years ago. That was a big deal. That was really fun to watch. But this game specifically, another thing though about this matchup though, is that these teams play every year, and Oakland has never beaten Michigan State. So that's definitely an interesting part about this game. Is I think Izzo wants to kind of keep that spotless record, so Kampe doesn't have anything to dangle over him for the rest of time. I was saying that I got you that one time. So this game again is in Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. I'll be there. Spartan Nation will be there. We'll be in attendance for that one to report on everything going on in that one. And it's exciting. I mean, Little Caesars Arena, that's an NBA arena. That'll be a cool deal for the players there. They've already gotten to play at Madison Square Garden in New York City, Champions Classic, and now they get to go to LCA this year. And chances are, it's being reported they're going to probably play there on Thanksgiving next year. So again, Izzo kind of likes these types of things where you can play in a fun arena, make some memory. Like you get to play on the court of the Detroit Pistons. I think the court's probably going to be like the Pistons court because the Pistons actually have a game at LCA later that day. The MSU's at noon, and I think Pistons are at LCA later that night for their own game. So it's going to be a busy day in Detroit. But getting into the weeds of this contest overall, I mean, Oakland, again, there's history of Oakland hanging around in this thing. No doubt about it. Just last year, Oakland was hanging around in this game against Michigan State, who won the Big Ten by 3 games. They went and made the Elite Eight. It was 31-30 at halftime, and then Michigan State went out in the second half and kind of was able to extend out and ended up winning by 19. Kind of made the score look a little prettier than that game actually was. So again, there's been close calls in this quote unquote rivalry. I mean, they also played in Detroit back in 2021. That game was decided by 12. Michigan State blew them out. They played in 2020 in Detroit as well. Another time in Detroit, 13 points. So you're not seeing total shellackings. Here's a game they played in the Palace, and that game went into overtime. That was back in 2015. Again, these games can be kind of weird because this game is usually played almost every time. This game is played in December. Yeah, the last time this game was not in December was in November 2012. Every game since, every single year, has been during the month of December. And these December pre-Christmas games can be kind of weird because this is the last game for Michigan State before they go on Christmas break. And kind of maintaining that level of intensity, that level of focus, can be difficult. It's just kind of how things naturally are. You see it in the pros, like in the MLB, like teams go on long road trips. And I think historically the winning percentage on the last game of a long road trip before players get to go back home, basically, it's historic. It's terrible. It's like a kind of like a scheduled loss in that regard. This isn't like that, but it's like when there's kind of a break on the horizon. Sometimes there's that little lapse of, okay, I can relax my shoulders soon, but then before you actually are allowed to relax, you start relaxing, and that can lead to bad things, like in this game right here. So I think Izzo probably made it a point of emphasis during practice to kind of stay locked in as well on the opponent. Again, everyone's familiar. Everyone on the team, at least who's been here at least one season, is well familiar with Oakland. I think Izzo kind of got asked, like, is this kind of like a conference game in that way, and that you've seen these guys a lot, really more so than a lot of Big Ten teams, because some Big Ten teams have new coaches. Greg Campy's been there for forever, so it's like you know what you're gonna get in a lot of ways with Oakland. Kind of play that funky zone defense at times. That'll be a key in this game, is how is MSU going to attack the zone. They definitely worked on that sometime in these last couple of days. But but looking at Oakland, they've got a few really good players, a few guys whose stats pop out a little bit on the stat sheet. The best of whom is Brody Robinson. There's Oakland looks a lot different though year over year. That is the one thing. I think you're going to kind of know stylistically what Campy wants, but that roster turns over a lot, because sometimes in the low majors, when you have good players, they're going to transfer up. So you don't really see teams hold on to these program guys down there for too long, per se. But their best player right now is Brody Robinson. He's averaging transferred in from UT Arlington. Used to play JUCO ball, was at Chattanooga at one point, averaging 16.3 points per game. He's shooting 37% from three, 6.8 assists per game on not many turnovers, 2.2 turnovers, and 1.3 steals per game. So that's going to be a really key one in this game. Just containing Brody Robinson. He's going to be playing. He's their point guard, so that's going to be a nice task for Jeremy Fears. In this game, you already know that MSU is going to be playing man-to-man pretty much the whole time. I don't think there's anything Izzo despises more than playing man defense himself. I think sometimes that's something he talks about, is maybe that's one of the reasons why MSU has historically struggled against the zone so much, is that they don't play it very much themselves. So it's kind of, it's like an alien language in some ways. But nevertheless, Brody Robinson, very, very good player. Look out for number 50. There's two number 55s in this game. Both of them, when they have the ball in their hands, you should watch out. Brody Robinson is the one on Oakland to really, really keep an eye on as well. But they've got they've got 5 guys right now, including Robinson, who are averaging double digits right now. They've got Isaac Garrett. He's second on the team in scoring, 15.2 points per game and nearly 7 rebounds per game as well. He's another guy. He was at a JUCO as well recently. He was in Snow College in Utah. I think that's what it says, UT. So on the team roster, he's from Utah as well. But 6'8", he's a forward, and he is adjusting to the Division I level just fine. Again, 15 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, a block per game, a steal per game. Yeah, this is another good player. He's not a really good 3-point shooter, so he'll shoot him. He shoots about 1 3-pointer per game. Hasn't really made them, though. So not the biggest threat to stretch out the floor, but it is kind of in the bag as well. You'll be seeing him probably be guarded a lot by Kohler, playing at the 4 a whole lot. I'm just going to kind of go through the 5 big names here. Michael Houge, he missed some games, but he played in their most recent game. They just played on Wednesday against Northern Kentucky, road game, and got a 5-point victory. Again, Northern Kentucky is one of the better programs, if I'm not mistaken, in the Horizon League. That was a conference game. I was triple checking myself there. They got a road conference win. That's always good for any program. But they, I'm losing my train of thought. Michael Houge, another guy who can score the basketball. 14.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game. He's another guy, doesn't really shoot many threes. He's a good free throw shooter though. And again, chances are, I think you'd have to imagine he'll be in the starting lineup. He did start in their last game. It looks like he missed their first 5 games of the season. And again, they played some murderer's row to start the season. If you didn't know this, their first 3 games were Michigan, probably the best team in the country right now, if you ask me. Sorry to say that, but if you've watched them, I think you might agree with me. Purdue on the road, Mackey probably the toughest place to play, maybe in the country. If it's not number one for you, I have to go there when Michigan State does. I haven't been there personally, but I really would like to go to that. But played at Mackey, actually kept it within 10 in that game. That's really impressive. I think that's kind of another thing. Like, they're not scared as well. They've played some really good teams, and they played Houston on the road as well. That was their first 3 games of the season. They also played at UCF, which is another power conference team. They didn't win any of them, but they actually were within 4 at UCF. It's like, again, that's right there. Like, that's another reason to maybe kind of, you don't maybe not worry, but like Oakland can hang around with some big boys here, and obviously they'll be like, really, of all the teams, like, this is going to be one that they have circled as well because it's an annual game. Campy and Izzo are friends, and I think they would love to get their coach a big upset win. Like, they don't play Michigan every year. They don't play Purdue every year. Houston, they definitely don't play every year. So, but again, I keep going off losing my train of thought here. But let's quickly go through the last 2 ones. Oh, that's a tough name to say. I'm going to try it. Tubaru Naivalurua. I probably said that wrong. It says he's from Australia. Okay, but still. Averaging 3rd season now at Oakland. Was one of their best players last year. Started 33 games, averaging 12.8 points per game, about 6 rebounds per game as well. Can stretch the floor a tiny bit, but not really. Not the biggest 3-point shooter as well. Oakland doesn't shoot that many threes in general, so I think that they might have to try that in this game. Again, really outside. They have Brett White, who's a really good 3-point shooter, 40.7% on the year. But outside Brody Robinson and Brett White, not really anyone on the stat sheet that truly pops out. They've got Nassim Ashur, 37% as well. But last double-digit score is Zaire Wells, just over 10 points per game, 10.1 to be exact. 5 rebounds per game, give or take. Again, 30%. 31% on the season from 3, only taking about 1 per game. So, but again, this is going to be a motivated Oakland team. I think that's kind of the thing that you always get in these types of games, though. Non-conference game, teams are going to look for that upset win. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But for Michigan State, you just got to keep that focus. Try to knock out one more non-conference game. You're able to then go on break. You just got to play with intensity for 40 minutes. That's the main thing I'm looking for, because they did not play with intensity for 40 minutes against Toledo. If they played with real intensity for 20 minutes, other 20 minutes, not so much. And that's what I think you'd like to really see, a complete effort from Michigan State in this game. Because, again, this is their second to last non-conference game. They've got one more non-conference game to kind of try to find their identity a little bit more and figure themselves out a bit. And then it's all Big Ten teams. And you cannot be soul-searching when it comes to the Big Ten schedule. So we'll see what happens. Once again, though, thank you, for listening. I'm Jake Wikatsanika. Whether you right now, if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, any other streaming platform, thank you once again for tuning in. And until next time, though, you can get more of our written content here at SpartanNation.com or Michigan State Spartans on SI. Once again, though, thank you again. I'll see you guys around.